Alright, we're live. Hey everyone, what's up? It's. Oh god, is my internet bad? How's the connection looking? The connection looks. It says it's live. Connection, I think, should be fine, hopefully. Anyway, today we're playing against. We're not playing. Um, this is the Online Collegiate Bridge Championship. This is a Group C matchup featuring Northwestern, who is the top seed in that group, versus Georgia Tech Navy, who is the third seed in that group. And for the record so far of both teams, I believe this is Northwestern's first game in the tournament so far. So they do not have any record. They in the last collegiate tournament which happened, which was back in February, they finished second place overall, or it might have been it was second place overall. They had a very fantastic showing. Um, and Georgia Tech Navy finished about ninth or something in that tournament, or 11th or something for reference out of 30 something teams. So Georgia Tech Navy's form, they are 0-2 so far. They got blitzed by Claremont Colleges 2 or 3 days ago on stream, and the week ago they lost to University of Minnesota Crossruff, who is the second University of Minnesota team, in a very close affair by about 2 imps over 16 boards to just get only 9.39 victory points. Um, anyways, so for so I'm not sure who Georgia Tech Navy's lineup is. I know that Northwestern's lineup is Sariq and Ben are playing together, and Ed and Jacob are playing together. And for looks like we're in right now. I will join Sariq's table real quick. And this is the first stream which we've been allowed to do live so far, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. This is because, um, usually the default is that that if you're streaming it has to be on a 30-minute delay, and that's what most teams prefer. But obviously both teams are trusting enough, which I really like to see that neither team would neither team would cheat. Looks like Zach is teaming up with Steven, and I assume that Abigail is playing with Ariane for Georgia Tech Navy. Anyway, how's it going, Twitch chat? Oh, we could use more viewers. So it's a one heart opening to start off. Sariq has a regular one heart opening. I like it. One no trump, very normal. Zach could definitely get in the way over here with some bit over here. Double is an approach which it's an interesting approach. I definitely don't mind it. I like three hearts a lot as a bit over here. Three spades is definitely pushy, and as Ben over here, I don't know whether you lean towards four hearts or not. Obviously, it's not the top of your range, but ace, queen, jack, a fifth of diamonds is very good. Now, obviously, this goes down, and the problem is, does four hearts make? Let's start with that. Yes, I mean, no, does four spades make? My apologies. Oh, wow. Four hearts is getting passed, apparently. Unless Steven can find the phantom four spades bit over here. Nope, Steven does not find it. I assume a club lead is incoming right now, and we're going to see where it goes from there. And anyway, this goes down because there are three club losers off the top. There's a spade loser off the top, and that should be the end. And that would be pretty much it. And I don't see any other way this board goes besides down one. The problem is four spades makes, and that could be potentially costly. So we're gonna have to see how that goes at the other table. All right. So then there's a hard switch. Uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good. So now the problem is what's going to happen over here is that the spade loser is now going to go on the diamond. So all of a sudden, a contract there were three clubs which were cashed immediately. So this is an episode of Cashing Winners is Hard, where Zach has the ace of spades. You've taken three tricks. You kind of want to cash the ace of spades at that point and just set the contract down. Playing a hard over here, it's way too passive. You don't really gain anything by doing that. It's just much better to play the it's just strictly much better to just play the diamonds out and pitch the spade on that. So this is a big error. This is a very costly error, mind you. Four hearts was not supposed to make. Four spades was supposed to make. I'm worried about what's happening at the other table right now. So that's gonna be 420. That's gonna be a 420 for Northwestern to start it off. We're gonna see how many imps that translates to. On to the next board we go. East goes with the pass. It's a very normal pass. South has a very big hand over here with the 6-4. Fantastic 6-4. I like it a lot. The King of Diamonds is wasted points. I like a one spade opening. West should pass. West and East are pretty much going to be passing throughout the entirety of this auction, even though it's favorable. They don't really have the points or the shape to compete over here. North has a game forcing hand over here. Now South might get very excited. South will get excited over here because why shouldn't South? And the answer is well they're off to aces over here. So maybe I wouldn't be surprised. So they're probably going to end up in some number of spades over here. Tuno Trump shows 6 plus spades. I assume 2 spades would have been the default response then. So they swap the meanings of 2 spades and Tuno Trump over here. Very nice. North might now show, how many points does North have? 4, 5, 6, 9, 11. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, North can definitely bid 3 spades or 4 spades. I guess with just one ace, with just one key card, it makes sense. And Jack 10, 9, 4 doesn't have to necessarily be the best support. So they managed to stop below slam. Not that it's going to matter over here. This is just going to be actually hold on to that thought. It is possible to lose 2 spades on this layout. It is possible for sure. Depending on how you play the spades over here, so got to be a bit wary about that. Looks like a hard lead was taken for 7-4. East decided to duck. This is something which I'm fine with over here, unless there's a possibility that Zach might have led this from 7-6-5-3-2, which I guess it's unlikely. So King of Diamonds. The problem is now the part loser is going to be pitched on the diamond actually. So a club is going to be played over there right now, and the ace of diamonds is going to go, and it's going to pitch a heart, and then you're going to pull spades over here. And then on the spades, it depends on how, depending on how Ben decides to play this spade suit, it's going to be 1 or 2 spade losers. Either way, should be very comfortably making this contract. And now we're going to wait and see what happens. Oh. Well, now it's making no matter what. Looks like it's 13 imps in the first board for Northwestern. The other table was in 4 spades, played by the East. The other table, I want to see what the action was. So I'm assuming would have started pretty similarly with a 1 heart and then a 1 no bid. 1 heart, 2 spades was actually the action by East over here. That is a very aggressive 2 spades. I'm not a fan at all with King Queen fifth, 4 small, 3 small, and 1 small. And Tuno Trump was an ask. And after that, North bid 3 hearts freely like North should. And then after that, I probably would have been 4 hearts of South over here. So also there's an argument for negative doubling 2 spades to show both minors. 5-4, fantastic. Obviously the shape is not the most appealing. And West is obviously going to bid 4 spades over here no matter what. And how are we doing on the viewer count right now? So anyway, it looks like the Ace of Clubs has been played. And now a spade, and I've missed the action so far, honestly. So it looks like it's going to be a claim for 11 tricks. The declarer's hand is good. The king and queen of clubs are good, and so is the spade. This was a slight error by both East and West over here. This is going to cost a few imps. We're going to have to wait and see how it goes. Meanwhile, and now on to board 3 we go. Okay, this is going to be an interesting hand over here. South has a regular 1 spade opener over here. West could decide to make a Michael's cubit over here. It is the wrong colors to be aggressive for sure. But also it is a 6-5, which might be tempting for a lot of people to just bid with whatever. And Sariq is going to find himself with a game forcing hand once again. Opposite partner's opener. 2 hearts, fantastic. East could come in with a cheeky 3 diamonds over here. It is very risky given that they're in a game force, and these are not the colors to really. This is it's a much easier gamble getting into these colors, especially when partner could be having 0 points over here and avoiding diamonds. Granted, 2 spades shows exactly 5 spades over here in this context. So now Sariq was probably going to bid 3 spades to show 3 card support, and it's all in addition will be showing more than a minimum for a game for us. With a worse hand, Sariq would have gone to 4 spades directly. So anyway, as it turns out, the verdict is over here that, well, on a club lead and on a heart lead, it is not really possible to not to get it's not possible to get rid of it's not possible to not lose two diamonds over here, so I like this approach that they have taken over here. South has definitely enough. South could consider it, but with like a 5-2-4-2, with the 5-2-4-2 shape and King Jack doubleton of clubs, it definitely does not feel like a really good. It does not really feel like the hand where you want to go for a slam. Like, I guess a Jack of Hearts could be useful every now and then, but at that point, if Jack of Hearts is useful to the point where a partner has Ace King of Hearts and like a big hand, then partner can anyway just continue after four of spades. Is my thought on the matter. So I like Ben's actions over here. I like Sariq's actions over here. Five of clubs over here. Ben asks what is the carding and what are the leads for y'all. And by the looks of it, looks like they play fourth best from longest and strongest. So we're gonna have to wait and see how that goes. And looks like the club has been. And it looks like a club has been played. Steven's going to stick in the 10 probably, and that's going to be picked up by the Jack or the King, depending on what Ben thinks is best for, whatever. Now there are some challenges in this hand for sure. You need to pick up the hearts. You need to be able to. I think winning this in the Declarer's hand is definitely a good play. That Ace of Clubs could be very useful and very pivotal for setting up hearts later. So I would probably win this with the King, whatever, or Jack. I guess that works too. Probably pulls trumps over here. Play Ace of Spades, Spade to Jack, Spade back, and then play Jack of Hearts. Try to pass that out. If West goes high, then I think you can adapt accordingly. Maybe play the Queen of Hearts, depending on if you want to play for a 4-2 break. I mean a 3-3 break, or if you want to try to finish the 10 of Hearts. That's another option that the player could take over here. Obviously there are some issues with getting back to the hand once you play a spade over here, because you cannot play a diamond back to declare a hand. You cannot play a club back to declare a hand. So you might have to just do Jack of Hearts past that. If it's covered, then you might have to just do Queen of Hearts and then ruff a heart over there, and then you might have to just play for. It's very far. Oh, that's a duck. I think that was an error by West over here. West should have covered that, and we're gonna see why right now. West could have potentially gotten two tricks in hearts if West had played high over here, but it's whatever. This is still wait, hold on. There still are no, there actually aren't any problems over here now because Ace of Hearts, there's gonna be a diamond pitch. There's gonna be another hard pitch on another diamond, and at the end of the day, you're gonna have to concede two diamonds, and that's gonna be 11 tricks actually picked up for the declarer over here. And it looks like they play standard carding. The 10 of diamonds was encouraging, presumably. And all right. I see that Santosh and Cyrus have joined us. What's up, Santosh? What's up, Cyrus? Wait, why? Hello? Just play a club, buddy. Oh no, 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 never mind, never mind. The Seven of Hearts is by the Declarer. Never mind, I take back what I said, my apologies. I thought it was the Seven of Hearts by Zach for some reason. Um hmm. I definitely would have preferred. Okay, so King of Hearts is going to be played over here. Two hard pitches are going to come in, and then after that, there might be a claim for. I don't think that East needs to hold on to clubs over here. Yeah, and then Diamond is played. Steven's going to pick that up with Ace and King, and it's going to be 11 tricks. Fantastic declare play over here by Ben over here. So let's see what's going on. Meanwhile, the other table stopped at five spades, so presumably there was some sort of key carding which was going on over there in that hand. It did look like a really cute hand, and they stopped short because they knew there were two key cards off. We're gonna have to see how the other table goes over here. So it goes pass over here. The West has a full opener over here. So the decision by West to pass over here is very surprising by me, given that they have a 12 count. unless they decided to downgrade it, but I don't see a reason to downgrade it really over here. So this is an auction which I do not expect will be replicated at the other table. I believe both partnerships in Northwestern play 2 or 1. So I'm really curious to see how this goes now. West really doesn't have a bid anymore over here. Like West, unless like West is actually cannot really make a bid ever again over here, and East is gonna have to pass over here too. And South might actually. Does South really want to pass over here? No, South could actually have game opposite some sort of hands that North could have. But obviously, two spades I expect will fully buy the contract. North doesn't want to continue over here. East cannot really make any decisions over here. So, if it. I want to see how it might have gone in the other way. It might have gone diamond pass a hard pass 1-0. 1-0 might be where they end up, or two diamonds actually, depending on if they play check back at the other table. So, so this is going to be a par score competition, and I think it actually goes to favor of this is actually a win I think for Northwestern over here. They managed to find a very good two spades, a pretty good two spades contract with the King of Hearts being onside, with the clubs being pretty good, and in a 5 forfeit at two to add on to that. On board two of the other table, five spades could have been set, but East ducked the op. Did that happen? Really? Okay, let's take a look at that then. So Santosh says that board two five spades could have been set, but East stuck the opening hard lead and never got the heart of ace. Really? Okay, let's take a look at the other table. I'm assuming it was five spades played the same way. So let's see what happens. So it was a duck, like you said, and there was a king of diamonds which was played, and then it was a club to the jack, ace of diamonds, right? Wait, am I insane? How is it settable? Oh, right. I'm assuming because of the spades, right? Yeah. Because you assume that they lose two spades. Makes sense. Anyway, back to this hand. I missed what has happened so far, but so I really don't. But it looks like the hard fitness has not been attempted yet, and the clubs have been set up too. So this looks like they look like they're in prime position to take to get the rest of the tricks. Given that West is the person over here right now. Um, Obviously there are some ways you could play this now. Obviously pick this up with the Jack of Spades at my approach, and then I would actually ruff a diamond over here, even though that might not seem intuitive. Ruff a diamond, or wait, never mind. That also works. Yeah, you don't have to ruff a diamond. I mean, because the diamond's going to be pitched to hard, you don't have to take the finesse. Small brain moment. Ignore me. This is what happens when you don't pay attention and you're not thinking about how to declare would play the contract. Um, so it looks like four more tricks have been claimed. That is going to be accepted. Very good result for Northwestern over here. I want to see if one term makes it the other table, if one term buys the contract. On a presumable spade lead, which will be coming, how many diamond losers do they have? They have actually quite a few over here, with Queen 10 third being on the wrong side of Jack over here, on the wrong side of Jack 9 8 7. So this could go up to two diamond losers over here. So it's hard actually to play this. Okay, one diamond, two hearts, a weak jump over here by Steven. I like it. And yeah, I think Westes has a good pass over here too. Two hearts buys the contract. And for the first time in this set, we're going to see, what do you call it? We're going to see Georgia Tech Navy show their declaring prowess. So, as Georgia Tech Navy, what am I thinking right now? It's nine of diamonds lead over here. That's probably a doubleton or a singleton, most likely. And what was the bidding? One diamond was the opening lead. So now I'm gonna have my diamond trick. I also have some clubs which I'm worried about over here. So I need to find a way to deal with the clubs. At this point, Ace Queen of Diamonds is marked with North. Uh, Hard to say what else is at this point. This would be a very cheeky finesse that does not profit, but Steven decides I take my finesses all the time, and Steven decides to go for the finesse. and we're gonna have to see how the rest of the hand goes right now. So we're gonna have to be ideally a club would have to be played at some point because there are two club losers right now, and there are actually some club losers over here. The ace of spades being played is very normal over here. I like that action over here. Um, if the finesse was something you just happen to know. Oh, I do not agree with pulling trump over here. I would definitely play clubs over here first. I want to get rid of those club losers. This definitely does not feel like the play over here. But thankfully for declare, that's not going to be punished over here because this line still ensures. I mean, like, given that it's a 3-2 trump break, it's going to make still because East has decided to just claim three tricks and concede the rest, which I think Sariq and Ben will be very happy with. So that's just going to be 110 for Steven. That was a very lazy declaring. That was very lazy declaring from him. I think. I think that could have gone better. Um, or maybe the argument is that you would never get a club rough in time. So East likes to start with a spade over here. Start a good opener. I like it. Um, South does not have a bid over here, and West has few options over here. A splinter is a bid which could be considered over here. A splinter of clubs. Um, that would be my go-to if I were in this partnership. I'm not sure whether they play splinters, and I'm not sure how strong those splinters are. Three spades. I'm assuming this is an invitational bid. I'm not a fan of this bid personally. I think this is a bid where I think this is the kind of hand where opposite a vulnerable one spade opening, especially given that the colors are vulnerable, you need a bid game. So I think this is a so I think three spades is not the most advised bet, assuming three spades shows invitational values. Just you have to game force with this hand. And these are imps. You're gonna be eaten alive if you do not bid your games. So the lead is the Jack of Hearts. This is a very interesting lead, and this will actually. Steven's very quick to duck. He's gonna pick that up with the Queen of Hearts. He's gonna say thank you very much, and now he's just gonna pull trumps. If I'm playing this hand, if I'm gonna play this hand, I will read both hands of clubs and hearts, and then I will play a diamond towards the Queen accordingly, or whatever, or play a diamond to or I'll play a diamond towards the queen. Yep, ending over there. So I want to see what route. I want to see what happens over here. Over here, I'm gonna play the ace of clubs, ruff a club, ace of hearts, ruff a heart, ruff a club, and then. No wait, I end up on the wrong side then. Is there a way to remove myself of hearts and clubs and end up on east sand? This is not a play that needs to happen. This is outline trolling by Steven over here. There are much better ways to play this. This is not a guess you have to take right now. I repeat, this is not a guess you need to take right now. I have no idea why that was the play which was decided by Steven, and that could have cost it on some layouts actually. Thankfully for Steven over here, who's declare, who's east, this is only going to result in 11 tricks. This is going to result in 11 tricks instead of what could have been potentially 12. So that over trick might not be the difference in the end result at the end of the day, but this seemed like a very careless error by Steven. This table is playing very quickly. I agree. Like what? It's been 24 minutes, and now we're on board six. We're about to finish board six. Like once the diamonds are over. I don't understand the idea of playing the ten of diamonds and playing towards the queen. That never gains because if South covers with the jack, now the 9 8 7 are all cards you're missing. So you don't really gain anything over here. And he just claims making +1, which is honestly the correct claim over here. And the claim is accepted again. Wow. Steven's approach to this match is just to play three tricks and then claim as soon as possible. We're playing the game of how soon can I claim, and he's winning that game pretty hard. Huh. So now one club double over here, which I which is it is definitely a pushy double over here, but with 4 majors, I can get behind it. One spade over here, two diamonds. This is the reason why. Support double over here, which is the option which has been chosen, and no, and South has a really good hand depending on can have a really good hand depending on what exactly North has. And North has possibly the worst hand that South could hope for. But just a singleton club, most of the values and all the values being concentrated in diamonds. It would have been worse obviously if it's King Queen Jack or something like that, but because Ace King are just two bullets at the end of the day. And it's five low spots, two hearts, the Ace and Queen are offside, so it doesn't really play well, so what is two hearts? So the problem with two hearts over here is that this gives the idea that this is a power double, and spoiler alert, this is not a power double. But also, no, yeah, no, four spades doesn't make. Who am I kidding? I mean, sorry, four hearts doesn't make. Who am I kidding? Um, we're gonna have to see how this goes now. Three spades over here. It's I think West has done really well. I mean, like not like unintentionally, the West has done a good job in pushing South to three spades when these are the hands over here. So Jack of Hearts has been the lead, and I guess this also sort of told East what to lead. And Jack of Hearts is a very punishing lead over here. So we're gonna have to see how this goes now. Um, Thankfully, the Ace of Spades is onside. The problem is you have three natural spade losers, and that's just going to be what it is. And you also have two hard losers incoming, a club loser, and congratulations. Now that the hearts have been played, you don't really gain anything over here in the sense of, the Ace and King of Diamonds, nothing's going to be pitched, nothing valuable is going to be pitched over there, or nothing which benefits. So now the Queen of Hearts is Queen of Hearts doesn't have to be cashed. Well, actually, does he know the count? I guess Steven might lead from Jack 10, Double 10 too. Um, so let's see how this goes over here. So maybe West tries cashing the Queen of Hearts. West also could try a diamond. Why? That is troll. That is troll. That is trolling. That is trolling. Oh no, does this make now? Now the roughing finesse might be the play over here. Wow. And just like that, Ben decides to go for the roughing finesse. Wow, Zach, this has not been the best play that Zach has done. This has not been the best declare line. So I mean, not the best. This has been far from the best defense. Oh no. And meanwhile, the other table's right now on board 5, as we're currently watching board 7 over here. Wow. This is making now. Well, wait, it's not. Well, now the ace of spades goes kaboom. And they're just two more spades, right? Like, what else happens here? I mean, pitch a hard, whatever. Or I guess you could. Hmm. Spade over here. Okay, jack of clubs. Pitch a diamond. How does this work? Oh yeah, it's not making, never mind. The queen of spades is good. I forgot that part. This is fine, I guess. Yeah. So it's actually down one, never mind. This could have gone for worse. So eight tricks taken, which is down one, that's gonna be 100 for East West. That is still a pretty fair result over here at the end of the day. It's really unfortunate that North and South hands do not mesh up together. What does the double dummy say? I think that's down two double dummy, if not more. Down two? Oh wow, it's down four on a spade lead. What is the law? How does that work? So you lead the ace of spades and then you play the hearts. Is that it? And then once you get to West hand, you play the spades out yourself. Wow, that could have actually. Oh, I didn't even think about that as a defense. Actually, then you just remove the potential for hearts for losers getting roughed and for transportation. And obviously, there are a lot of diamond losers in North's hand at the end of the day. So, wow, they could have actually gone for a much horrible result. Minus 100, they take that compared to versus minus 400. Anyway, onto this hand we look. One diamond, one spade, two hearts. Seems like a standard option so far. Three hearts. Huh. And I think South should just bid four hearts over here. Yes, indeed, South does that. And West really kind of has to pass over here. So does East. Like, it's really hard to find a bid over here at this point. Um. So the lead might be the ace of spades and then a spade to the queen. Or jack of spades might just get passed out. And then we're gonna have to see where it goes from there. The eight of spades is encouraging, pretty encouraging, I might say. Jack of spades is gonna be played too. That is gonna, and now the four as suit preference, and now there's gonna be a club which is played, and then we're gonna have to see what happens after that. Hmm. Anyway, how does this play at this point? Besides the one club loser, which is incoming, well, never mind. It's probably not coming now anymore because the diamonds are now really fantastic, and they're going to be and there's some really strong pitching abilities over there. So as long as one spade is roughed, which I assume that he'll be able to that the curve will be able to calculate in time. Then they're in prime shape to make the contract. So I might actually just hmm. I might have actually put a heart to the ace. No, actually, what's the right way to? You need a spade also, but at the same time, you don't want to give a trump trick up in case it splits 4-1. Hmm. This is something which I think the cleric could have spent a bit more time thinking about. Obviously over here, as it turns out, they're still in fine shape to do so while not worrying about while being able to pick up trumps fairly because the spade could be rough with the ace of hearts, and then you could play heart to the queen jack, and with the 3-2 split, it works. GT is on the board, I've been informed, because the other table where Steven played two hearts, three hearts actually went down too. So it looks like the two of hearts has been played to the ace, and we're gonna have to see where this goes now. And it looks like Declare is just gonna probably play for 10 tricks at this point, with while conceding a spade trick. So diamonds had to be played right now, and there are gonna be some pitches which happen over here. There's obviously South might be low key considering a squeeze. There is no squeezing over here though because East can just hold on to um East can hold on to his spades. Well, East can pitch a club over here for starters. Um, yeah, East should pitch a club over here, and now East can pitch a spade because South pitched a spade. Yes, indeed. And now the club is going to be won by the king or the ace. It doesn't matter. Both are equivalent. They're going to take 10 tricks. Could have played for 11 tricks, but it's fine. This is Ames. This is not match points. It is 11 tricks versus 10 tricks is not the difference. The difference is do you make a contract or do you not? If it's a game contract, which both tables are going to be in. And I expect not our opponents. I expect the other table, Georgia Tech Navy, is going to be in game. Obviously, you cannot say 100%. You cannot say with 100% certainty what might happen, but it seems like a very safe bet. And on to the next board we go. This is a 16 board match. We've passed the halfway mark at this table. Um, so anyway, let's look at this. So North opens with the diamond opening, very normal opening. I like that. The Kingleton is obviously very concerning, but you have an opening hand, you have opening values, just do it. East could get in over here with Ochiki one spade bid, and if East did, then it means I would not respect that one bit. South decides to go for a one spade bid, very normal with the six spades. Um, East and West are kind of forced to pass now throughout. They don't really have options over here. Two diamonds is the option over here with the dreaded 1-4-5-3 shape. Um, that some people might go for one no trump over here as a stylistic choice, but with the Kingleton, because two diamonds usually shows six. But with Ace Jack nine fifth of diamonds, I can get behind the two diamonds more than I would get behind a one no trump personally. So I don't really. So I'm perfectly fine with this approach being taken. Now, South kind of needs to have a way to find a way to in wide and show six spades. How does South do that? What is three spades over here? Three spades might show invitational values. Six spades. Um, excuse me. And if South elects to go with three spades, I don't think that Surrey can raise that to four with Jack 10 third of clubs. No, wow. South actually decides to go for a more South actually decides to go for a pass. Surprising choice over there. Anyway, let's look at this. So the lead was the queen of spades. I missed what happened. Dang it. So anyway, heart is now in play to the jack. Uh, it's whatever. I assume that Sarik has intentions of roughing the Seven of Hearts at some point. Um, oh wow, that holds actually. Congrats. So on this next diamond now, Zach has to play the King of Diamonds. 100%, very good over here. And now Zach shouldn't really touch diamonds over here. Actually, no, it doesn't matter because on this particular in this particular situation, unless it comes down to an end play where it's three diamonds versus three diamonds, then it's gonna most likely be one more diamond for West. There are some worlds in which it's two diamonds. It depends on what the final three cards are. Um, Ducking this might actually put a lot of pressure on North. North is now going to say, I'm not pulling Trump anymore, and that would be a very wise decision on North's part over here. And I like what I'm seeing over here by Sarik, which is just to play all the other suits and just force West's hand. West should be very careful and not drop this. West, if I'm West, I would pitch the hard actually. I think that pitching the hard gains more over here. So that might have been actually a slight error over here because now, I mean, now it still doesn't matter because you're gonna get the last two tricks. But I think that could have been held to nine tricks if it wasn't for the small error that Zach made over here in defense. All right, so an instant one heart by East over here. I like that. South can overcall one spade over here with the 10 count, and it's a decent 10 count to basically two suited over here. West has a limit raise over here, so I like a two spades bit over here if they play that, which I assume they do. Two hearts would be an underbid. Pretty much any other bid would be an underbid. You got to show your heart support. You got to show your values. You have game forcing values, not even just invitational values. And it's also a really good 15 count. Maybe 3 no Trump might also be an option if 3 no Trump is just an offer to play with it's a choice of games with the spade stopper. West elects to go with a 2 diamond bid over here. This is not 2 or 1, ladies and gentlemen. Ignore what the alert says. This is not systemically 2 or 1. This is just showing a 10 plus count usually because I mean it's obviously forcing one round, but this should never be game forcing strictly. Well, should is a really strong word. Standard this is not in standard agreements is not a game forcing sequence. Oh my god. Holy cow. There is no way that is good. It's a 15 count versus a 13 count, and it's all the aces and kings. Yikes. And it's even a 3-2 trump split in hearts. Oh no. Hong Mo Lee says not like this. I agree, not like this at all. Dang. Oh, okay. Alright. So let's see what's gonna happen over here. On the lead anyway. There's gonna be one spade loser exactly, and the trumps can actually be pulled pretty safely over here. But you also got to do it in a careful way, where you have control of all the suits while you're pulling trump. If that makes sense. So, like for example, over here, if South decides to stick in the queen of spades, okay. If South decides to play the queen of spades over here, play low. Small error. That is a small error by South over here by Ben Fisk because Ben should play the Queen of Spades over there almost certainly. Um, it never unless you're trying to bait the declare into guessing the Queen of Spades incorrectly, which I guess could be possible. Surrey could have easily read from Queen third, but obviously like given the point, given the bidding and all that stuff. I trust Zach to be able to fully understand what's happening over here, who has the values and all that. So we're gonna have to see how this goes now. So I might play the Jack of Diamonds, and I might try to set up hearts right now. Yeah, that would be my approach. I have all the suits up. I'm gonna play the King of Hearts, and I'll pass the Jack of Hearts. Honestly, even if the Queen, no, if the Queen covers, obviously you have the spot. Uh-oh, I'm not a fan of that in the slightest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a fan. But it's not gonna cost over here because the Queen of Hearts is on side, and I guess he knew that. Wow. Very nicely done over here by the declarer to now pick up all the hearts and all the clubs, and they're actually gonna make 12 tricks at a two in a par score contract. Holy cow! That is gonna sting a lot for Georgia Tech Navy. And it looks like Northwestern's meanwhile increasing the lead. They're now 18 imps up to 5 imps after the scores of 7 boards have been calculated. So right now we're on board 11 over here. The other table is at board 8. Um, so we're gonna have to see how this goes over here. So it's gonna be a diamond opening by West, if I had to guess. A spade over call by North. And Steven has an interesting decision over here with the diamond, a club, a spade. Two clubs is definitely on the aggressive. Ooh, two spades. Oh, South is a past 10. I forgot about that. Two spades is definitely an interesting choice over here. Obviously, you don't really want to be searching for game most likely because partners a past 10. You don't have the high cards points for game over here. Ace King fifth. You definitely want a spade lead for sure. So I can actually get behind this. The only time this costs is if you're violating Burns Law, where your opponents have more trumps than you. But it looks like the South is fairly bid for spades over here. I think that Steven can double this. I don't think. I think actually West could also double this. And the question is, do they have a better play? Do they have a game contract that makes 5 diamonds? Let's see. 5 diamonds actually does make. It's a spade loser and it's a diamond loser, with ace king of clubs being correct, the king of hearts being on side, and you could always, yeah, 5 diamonds is actually the correct place to be for east west over here. It's a very hard spot to reach, and it's a really hard contract also to play. So I wouldn't blame, I really wouldn't fault them for just going for the cheap four spades doubled option. Oh my God, 5 clubs. And 5 clubs should buy this over here. If I buy the contract over here. And can South double this? Not really, no. This is going to be tricky, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be a really tricky contract. I don't see a line where you can take to make it, given that Sarika has Queen Jack fourth and Doubleton diamonds. Um, so the play might involve you need to somehow set up diamonds and somehow pull trump and somehow bribe North to not ruff your diamonds, in which you're pitching your losers. The problem is once you ruff a spade, and once North gets in with the ace of diamonds, because you're gonna try to play a diamond back to the 10 or something, and then try to ruff your other spade that way, it's just gonna be like, but also you just have top. You also have three top losers. You cannot really avoid losing two clubs. You cannot really avoid losing a diamond, and you cannot really avoid. I mean, you can avoid losing a heart. Five clubs kind of functions as an insurance bid against misdefending. Four spades and letting it make, says Santosh. How does this? How does four spades make? Hello? Like, there is no way that four spades makes over here. Like, there's zero chance that four spades makes. They have too many losers. The king of hearts is in the wrong. It's in the wrong place. They have zero spade losers. Congratulations. They have a club. They have club losers. They have diamond losers. There's no suit to even set up to pitch losers on, because the hearts aren't good enough to set up. With ace queen jack 10 over here, fantastic. Like this. Hmm. I might honestly play a club over here as South rather than playing a diamond. Playing a diamond never feels like it's going to be right. But I guess it worked. And that's got to count for something, right? So now I'm gonna rough a spade now. If I am Oh wow, looks like four hearts was no was oh, the other table managed to bet, only ended up in three hearts over here. In the hand where I talked about them probably reaching game with good values opposite good values. Looks like it was one diamonds, two hearts. Oh no, that's the other table. And that's our table. The other table decided to instead bid it like let's talk about this. A diamond, two hearts, three hearts, and Abby decided to pass for three hearts and not bid four hearts. Unlucky over there. Oh, loser on loser play maybe. This actually still is going down one only potentially. If you play a heart to the queen, play the king of diamonds, overruff Sarik if Sarik roughs with the nine, and then play another heart to the ace this time. Yes, exactly. Play the king of diamonds over here, and aim to pitch the spade. If Sarik roughs with the seven, play the nine, and then play a heart back, and then now pitch the spade on the diamond, and you have a claim for 10 tricks, which would be fine declaring honestly at that point. And it looks like Steven has found the line to do that, so play the ace over here. There's no reason not to. Good. Play the diamond, pitch the spade no matter what. Pitch the spade. And now you just smash the claim button, take your 10 tricks, congrats. Again, they have to miss defend to let four spades make. I mean, sure. Alright. And it looks like that's going to be a claim of, that went down to claim. That's going to be playing for 10 tricks. And now we'll go on to board 12. Wow, this has been a very, very quick set. Just for reference, um, most of the other matches so far have taken an average of 2 hours, give or take. Some go a bit over 2 hours, some go a bit under 2 hours. This match has been going on for not even 1 hour, and we're already on board 12 at this table. And the other table is also going pretty quickly, all things considered. They're past the halfway point, and it's not an hour yet. So looks like I have no idea what prompted them to go this quickly, but it is what it is. Um, South could go for a negative double over here, and I would be fine with that. Or 3-no Trump is also another option over here. It's a pretty balanced hand. King Jack third, or most of the values are concentrated in hearts, so I can see the appeal of a 3-no Trump bid. I think there's pluses and minuses for both bids over here, and 3-no Trump it's gonna be very, very hard to play over here. If West is thinking about a four hearts bid, which is a very scary bid, West with just doubleton of hearts, I don't think that's enough to bid four hearts over here, even though it is favorable. Four hearts stands to lose a lot. North is gonna pass. East is gonna pass. The good news is for Declare that East has not enough entries to cash the hearts. So it looks like the eight of hearts might be the lead if I had to guess, and it is the lead, as we said. So now let's declare how am I going to play this. I can probably play for two spade tricks. I can probably play for three or some number of diamond tricks, and I know, and I can get two hearts for sure, and I can get one club. So what is that? One club, three diamonds at least, four, five, six, two, six, seven, eight, two spades. So maybe I need to guess the diamonds correctly to get all the tricks. Yeah, might have to. And you might also have to play for King of Spades offside. I think if King of Spades is, King of Spades onside. If King of Spades is offside, you might be in trouble. You also kind of have to get the clubs correctly almost immediately. But also there is a concern that what South might decide to, yeah, the Declare might decide to finesse East for the Queen of Diamonds um because the play is to make sure that East never gets in their hand, but given that the count is pretty obvious over here. So now with this play, it might just be down. Especially and also the Jack of Clubs is in the incorrect place too, like Jack of Clubs is with East. So you can't even play a club to the 10 and hope to get Ace, King, and Queen that way. So I don't see how this contract makes. I'm pretty sure there might be some end play of sorts on West. I need to think about it though. What would he end play him on? So play a diamond over here, and this is one of those hands where I'm worried about getting end played as, uh-oh, that might give it away. Yeah, that gives away the contract right now. If you go if South trusts that West still has the King of Spades, because now this allows Declare to pick up three spade tricks instead of two spade tricks. So all that South has to do now right now is set up a club trick, and after that'll set up nine tricks. So one more club, two more diamonds, one heart, and two spades. So and just like that, South immediately goes for the club. That is why I think it might have been in the best interest um of Zach to not go for an aggressive defense play over there because yeah, the aggressive defense is not going to work over here. So I definitely think that West standed to gain more by going for a more passive defense approach over here. Um, I wouldn't fault a low diamond over here. A club also has some potential. A club also might have some potential over here, but that also could give away a trick in some on some. I mean, like actually, I don't think a club really gives up a trick ever, given what the dummy is and what you see with Ace 9 8 7. The spots are very important too. So maybe a club might have been the play over here. Although, exactly, Santosh. Like Santosh pointed out over here, Georgia Tech Gold was at Washington University yesterday. It took from 9 p.m. to slightly after midnight. We were streaming for 3 hours yesterday, and Jesus Christ, my voice was dead by the end of it, and so was everything I had to offer. Like I was just dead at that point. And I really hope that I don't have to blow my voice that much ever again for a stream. So anyway, on to the next board we go. 300 Trump, I imagine that has to be a fantastic score for Northwestern. One spade opening over here, that's a very normal opening over here. This is also very close to a 3 hard rebid. Is it a 3 hard rebid? 4, 8, 14, 17. And it's all very control heavy. 5, 4 controls, King, Queen, Jack 4th, King 10, 9 5th, Ace Doubleton, Ace Doubleton. I say it's a 3 hard rebid personally. So we're gonna have to see how this goes over here. South is probably gonna be one of Trump is semi-forcing. East and West kind of don't really have anything to say over here. We're gonna see whether South agrees with me and decides to bid two hearts or three hearts. South selects to go with two hearts instead. Twitch chat, what do you think? Two hearts or three hearts by Sarika, who is North over here. I think it's very close between both. I will admit that. I definitely lean slightly more towards three hearts, but I'm curious to see what Twitch chat thinks. And I think South has made a decision whether two spades or two hearts is a better place to play. It's kind of hard. It's kind of awkward with these shapes. So and North decides to bid to no trump, and this is another way to show this hand, which is a top of the range kind of hand. So now South might just actually bid three no trump with an 8 count over here, which is good. If you move, two hearts is more appealing if you respond light. If South responds light, that is, I'm assuming. And it looks like Torino Trump is where they're going to end up playing in. Okay, this looks fine. So now we're going to have to see how this plays out. So there are three hearts to be taken. There are at least the Jack of Diamonds also drops very big, and the finesse also works. So no matter what happens over here, four diamonds are going to be picked up, three hearts are going to be picked up, two clubs are going to be picked up, and you always have the saves clubs, which are pretty safe. But obviously, Declare does not know that the Jack of Diamonds is dropping, and Declare does not. There's a lot that is missed. There are a lot of missing elements to this hand. Um, I don't think you really gain by. I don't think you really, unless it's Kingleton, which East has over here. Uh, well, I don't think ducking ever really gains over here, but it's whatever. Well, maybe if you get the queen king out of the way immediately, then that guarantees that then that sort of gives you the control of the hand at the end. So maybe that might be the approach that the player is thinking about when he goes with second hand low. I don't think it would have cared. I don't think it mattered really too much. So Ace of Clubs is going to be played over here, and I imagine we're just going to play a heart to the king and a heart to the 10 and then a heart back to the queen. And Steven's gonna have to throw in the ace at some point. Steven's in the tank. Steven decides to duck. This would be a very good play, but I think this is a really nice play, and it's a very interesting play. Like if North did not have the ace of diamonds, then Steven made a very fantastic play over here. So now, and which means that as long as he did not touch spades himself, and as long as he covered whatever North threw in the spades, then they would be in fantastic shape. And looks like a club has been played, and now the question is, what do you do over here at this point? It's a very scary position to be in. Um, might have to play. A diamond has been played over here, and the ace of diamonds is what has been, and the ace of diamonds is what it's countered with. So this is a very good play also by Declare over here because even though you could try to finesse the Jack of Diamonds, you really don't have the privilege to do so because you don't really have any other transportation or like you don't really have the power to do so. I'm using the wrong terminology. The power to do so because you don't really have transportation back to South Sand to be able to cash the because the Ace of Diamonds would be blocking the diamond suit and then you would never be able to cash the other diamonds after that. So Queen of Clubs is going to be played over here. We're waiting to see what gets pitched. Now the current knows the Queen of Diamonds the Jack of Diamonds is dropping. Steven's going to hold on to the Ace of Spades, and it's going to be a claim for, and this is going to be played for 10 tricks. Well, I guess there are if the defense plays them. This is true. Uh, this is not. I'll be honest, Raphael. This is not. This has not exactly been the best quality bridge we've seen in this match so far. But I mean, like that's how it is. That's how it be sometimes. Um, Anyway, on to the next board. 3 no Trump taking 10 tricks. Good result for Northwestern over here. We're looking to have to see whether the other table manages to reach their game contract. Um, wow, that's a lot of spades. Okay, one spade. I can. That's a reasonable approach. Two hearts, very good bid. North. What does North do over here? Does North negative double? Probably North can negative double over here. North. Maybe North. Yeah, North can negative double over here for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if South just says four spades, just goes. The Queen of Diamonds also will be marked in the actual. I'm not marked necessarily, but so three hearts, three spades instead has been the bid over here, and three spades might buy the contract. Does four spades make? They lose the ace of spades. They lose the ace of clubs. The ace of clubs is onside, and they can play this for 11 tricks and spades if they bid game. So West should be very careful and not accidentally balance them in the game, because I don't think North can reasonably bid four spades on their own. So three spades is gonna buy the contract unless Steven decides to do something over here. Oh my god. South should bid four spades. This is the most insta four spades ever. Wow. How does five hearts play? Let's talk about that. You lose a heart, you lose a club, you lose a diamond. Not bad at the end of the day, really. I mean, obviously there are some issues with the. Uh-oh. That is not bueno. That is not bueno. That double is gonna cost. I can see why Steven did that. Because, oh no. This is gonna be really ugly. This got really ugly real quick. That is not the lead. That is the lead which South wanted. That is not the lead that defenders are gonna blood. That is not the defender. That is gonna be a lead that Zach is not gonna like when he sees what happens over here. Oh no. Bam. Rough. Will Bridge King bid five hearts or double? Looks like double was the chosen approach over here. If it's any solace, maybe that might guess. Maybe South might be encouraged to guess to play Queen of Diamonds with East over here. But I don't think East is doubling because of the Queen of Diamonds. Probably because of bullets, if anything. And now King of Hearts and the club is going to be pitched if I had to guess. That would be my play, absolutely, if East decided not to win this trick. So King of Hearts, club pitched, you do not have to play the clubs now. I mean, like, you don't have to worry about who has the ace of clubs now. Fantastic to clear a play over here. And now a spade is going to come out. Steven probably has to win this with the ace. It's now or never, basically. And just like that, now Zach is probably going to play the pitch to Queen of Hearts or something to tell the story. Or, that works too. Steven has probably come to the conclusion that this is making now. Which is unlucky. I don't know what you do at this point. I'm scared to touch any suit. Now the Queen of Clubs and the. Oh my. This is scary. Oh my. Uh oh. Uh oh. Just rough a heart, and then that's it. The diamonds are good. Steven solved the case, ladies and gentlemen. Steven solved the case. It still only makes +1. It's +1 double. That's not good. That is a big F. That's a Bible thump worthy moment if I've ever seen one. So South elects to go with the pass with the 11 count. Oh, that's fine. It's unfavorable. Better hands to open, sure. Club, a heart. Pass is pass is my choice as East over here. And South could go with a one spade bit over here for sure. And after a spade, I think Zach who's West, might choose to go with a club rebid. Oh no, South decides to go with a 1-0 trump rebid instead. That is very interesting. Steven kind of has to pass this again. Yep. South could. Hmm. I guess South doesn't mind defending two clubs, but I feel like South. Well, I guess North might have chosen a different type of action if a different type of action if North had a more values over there. I'm not sure if I agree with this. I'm not sure if I agree with this auction 100%. Um, I guess we'll see. What is going on over here? Why? What? Wait, what was this for? This feels really trollsy. This feels like a troll moment over here. Pitch a heart, get roughed. Huh? Jack of hearts, sure. Pitch a spade, encourage it. Uh, Play a heart, maybe? Hmm. Interesting position over here. So, yep, Declare decides to go with the heart over here, play the 9. I think as Ben, I would prefer to rough with the 8 or 7. Very good over here. That is a good play over here. Zach can overruff that easily. And now I think you should play a. The Jack and the 9 are equivalent, so this is actually giving up a trick, right? This could be giving up a trick now, actually. So pitch to diamond, I like that. That was an. Oh my. And now South should play another spade over here, and then that actually seals it. Then it's down 1. Crashing the queen and the 9 was a very costly mistake, I think, over here by Declare. And Declare is actually going to see that right now, because West is now in play towards South, and now it's actually down 2. Sorry, not down 1. That is a big unfortunate moment. How many people are kibitzing? I'm curious. Kibitzers. It's only me, apparently, at this table. Maybe the other table has more action. Um, Back to history we go. Oh my god, my internet's so slow. Holy cow. Alright, a diamond opening by North with how many points is that? 9, 13, 16, 17, 19. Sure, I don't mind it. I think South could consider a weak jump shift in spades if could. The keyword being could. Of course, Jack 10 6 is not exactly the best hand to do a jump shift with, but I'm I could see some partnerships doing that. Obviously, over here, it really doesn't. I think it's fine either way. I think two diamonds. I think a diamond is a very playable contract over here. I also don't. I also think that West cannot really do anything in a balancing seat, and Steven could have gone for a pushy. Steven could have gone for a pushy bid over here of fourth best from longest and strongest, even if it has an ace versus a suit contract. That's a big oof. King A's rough. Maybe play. Play a spade to the ace. Um, Ruff a club. And yeah, declare his home now. Declare his made the contract at least. Said Elizabeth, the king and queen of diamonds. There's potential to get more tricks. There's actually decent potential to get more tricks over here. Queen is going to be played over here. The king is coming out, and hmm. I think a club could have been another option which was considered because East should have the count over here, and playing a club and obviously does not really gain an additional trick over here because it's a natural trump trick that Zach would be forced to rough with. So I don't think it really mattered too much on this layout, but that's something an option which East could have considered when he got in with the King of Hearts. And just like that, yep, that's gonna be 7 tricks. Let's check out what's going on the other table now. All right, so now we're on board 12. Um, the score is right now 37-7 in favor of Team Northwestern. Uh, we'll see how that goes in a moment. Why do I have a notification? Ah, Washington University and Claremont. That's the match which is supposed to happen, right? I might be streaming that match. Anyways, so it looks like the contract was 3 diamonds, which was actually 3-0 at the other table, which was a dubious 3-0 trump. I mean, not a dubious 3-0 trump. Was this the 3-0 trump which was not supposed to make? Let's see. Um, Show played cards. That's what I want to do. Oh, right. Yeah. This is the one where West made a mistake and played a spade and gave up 3 spade tricks instead of 2 spade tricks. I remember this hand now. So, I don't think 3-0 trump is supposed to make on. Hmm. All right. So, how's the stream quality now? I think it should be fine now. We should probably be restarting soon. Hopefully, we're back live soon. All right. So, it looks like the stream is working. So, um, Anyway, back to this. So one spade, two hearts over here, similar heart choice over here. We talked about this earlier that North has a choice between two hearts and three hearts. It's kind of close over there. It's like the worst hand you might rebid three hearts with, the best hand you might rebid two hearts with. Um, so now South elects to go with the two-note trump, which is a very, very pushed bid that I'm not a fan of. Two-note trump is reserved for much better hands like than this. Um, Either way, North has a very, very obvious three-note trump bid over here. So I would be very surprised if they did not end up in three-note trump over here, especially when South has made a very big stance over here. It appears to be alive, says Cyrus. All right, cool. Um, And also, yeah, Rohan, I'm excited to stream the Washington University match too. That's Washington versus Claremont, right? Should be exciting times. So anyway, Diamond has been played to the King. All right. So I think this was a very similar start to what happened in the other table. I think Declare should be. There might be some transportation issues over here. If I'm Declare, I might play the Ace of Clubs over here first, and then play a club to the queen. Yeah, I might play a club to the queen. Ariane says in the table chat, be right back, I'm gonna feed my cats. So, Monkas. Looks like the internet almost died for a second. Um, so Diamond has been continued over here by Northwestern. I'm a fan of pitching two spades over here and winning the diamonds, and now I might now there is a concern over here which you got to be careful about, which is you don't want to accidentally squeeze yourself. So you got to be careful and not pitch one too many spades, because if you do so, you're in trouble. It also depends on who you play for the Ace of Hearts over here, so you might be forced to make a you might be forced to pitch a heart over here. That's the problem with this hand, in which that there is very limited transportation towards South Sand. Besides forcing a club and the one diamond. So it's a very, very hard hand to play from this point, I think, for Abigail. And I think she's also coming to that to realize that. So um I think an approach that, and also the problem is that, what do you call it? You might need a pitch. Yeah. You need to somehow get a spade trick over here to make this contract. You gotta somehow get a spade trick. I don't know what the play is over here, though. Oh, that is a that is a very risky play over here. It is not going to cost over here because East has the Ace of Hearts, so there is no risk of West winning the Ace of Hearts and then playing a spade turn and then being able to pick up potentially four spades that way. But this is actually scaring me a lot when I'm watching this. Um, if I'm East, I will play another heart right now. Very good. And Declare should win this in Southtown and then play a spade to the king and see what happens. Play the king. The 10 is never going to work. All right. And just like that, that's nine tricks. That's They've been hyped about it all day. Oh my. All right, so three more boards to go. This was a big board for Northwestern over here. Four spades doubled with 11 tricks. We're gonna have to see whether how the auction goes over here. It is a very, very tempting hand to just blast with. Um, South might choose to open a spade. South should definitely not preempt this hand. This hand is way, way, way too good to preempt. And if you were going to preempt, just bet four spades, my opinion. Four spades also feels kind of a bit. I mean, four spades is fine actually. But I definitely prefer one spade a lot over here. So good on West South for betting that. Two hearts overcalled. We've started the same way so far. North, I'm not sure what North is going to do over here. The other table elected for a negative double to show both minors. How many viewers do we have now? Hopefully we have more than one. Hey, we have more than one. Let's go. Um, Man, Rollerman keeps dipping in and out of streams. I see. All right, so two hearts. There was a pass actually done over here, and we're gonna have to see what happens over here. Actually, East definitely should make some sort of raise in hearts over here. I am not sure which I lean towards between three hearts and four hearts. They both are tempting and they both are definitely tempting in ways. Um, we also have to consider this is one of the worst hands that West might actually rebid. That West might actually overcall two hearts, but except the fact that there's six hearts. Besides that, like there's nothing really outside the heart suit, so that is why I might be closer towards a four heart, given that this is an average two heart overcall by West. Um, with ace and with four card support, ace third of spades, ace queen fifth of clubs, and like a singleton diamond. Of course, it might not work always, but that's what bridge is. Sometimes you gotta take gambles and go for what is the highest expected value play. Um, oh, South I think should bid four spades over here. South should 100% bid four spades. You offer zero defense. You offer a lot of offense. You have pushed him to game. Oh man, that is so sad. I also think that North might have an argument for. Well, also North might want to defend. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe it's on Abby to actually just bid four spades. North could double four hearts, and I wouldn't mind it. Now, how's this gonna play? There are some concerns in the diamond suit for declare. You're gonna want to pitch at least. You can at least pitch one of them on the club. Well, you can pitch actually two of them if the jack of clubs is passed. So now there's gonna be a pitch of a spade, and what does declare elect to do over here? Yeah, I'm a fan of winning this with the ace. I would probably play the jack of clubs right. I'm not sure what I would play over here. The jack of clubs is definitely an approach which I can buy. And the king is going to pop up over here, and now I assume that South continues with spades and forces South and puts pressure on West over here. I would not touch the diamonds myself. And obviously leading a club is just trolling. So let's see. A club to the ace, queen, and then maybe a diamond would be my play. Because then you need only rough. Because then you actually can. Because then you can actually rough enough. So queen of clubs, pitch a diamond, diamond to the hi Bork of the future. No, Cynthia, this is live. This is Cynthia from the. This is no. This is Bork talk from the present. I'm in the present, and I'm interacting with everyone in the present. This is blessed. Northwestern and Georgia Tech Navy are officially my two favorite teams right now because they're the only two teams who agreed to let me stream live and actually interact with Twitch chat. Yeah, exactly. I know, right? And the nine of hearts is gonna pop up over here. Well, I guess it might not. The nine of hearts would have been better over here because that allows because then the clerk cannot draw off both diamonds. That actually cost the contract I think over here for. Well, actually, hold on. Um, it's a spade rough. Yeah, yeah. North has too many diamonds. Now the contract is actually making, and four hearts should not have made in my four hearts should 100% not made over here. So that's a slight error by North over here. That's actually gonna cost them. So that's 15 imps for Northwestern. Oh boy. This is not a this is not the this is not no, Aryan did not set up the last club. It was an error of not removing the crosshair of potential. Oh no. Oh no indeed. Glad we ended up in the right place, says Yoki P. Who's East. Massively underbid that one. I Yeah, that might be a massive underbid. I mean, I wouldn't call it a massive underbid. It's an underbid probably. So anyway, on to the next hand. South could like to open this a diamond or pass this. I'm fine with either approach that South elects to take over here. You have easy rebids over if partner bids a heart, if partner bids a spade, if partner bids a no trump, then it's whatever. So I don't mind opening this shape particularly as a diamond. So a club, a heart, sure. East doesn't really have a bid over here, so East kind of has to pass. South might bid a spade after the pass, and West might bid two clubs, is how I see this going. We'll see what happens though. Alright, so what's going on now? We're gonna have to wait and see. One spade, like we anticipated. West, I think, should rebid clubs, and I'm not sure. No, that's not going to buy the contract. North can race in spades, actually. So I think the other table actually elected for 1-0 trumpets out, and then two clubs was rebid over here, so that's why they didn't find their 4-4 spade fit. So two spades has been now bid over here, and I think both, and I think South, well, South might actually make a game try over here, depending on how strong two spades could be. As it turns out, game is certainly the one thing they don't want to be in over here. Uh, I mean, actually, you could play the spade suit for exactly one loser. You could play the heart, and you could play hard for one loser. I mean, like no matter what, even if you play double dummy, it's even if like declarers have the double dummy information, if defenders do the correct thing, it's not gonna make. Obviously that is obviously a big caveat. If the defense does the right thing, we're gonna have to say if they do the right thing. If Abigail decides to try to make a game try, and if Ariane decides to invite, which I would be surprised if both happen. Obviously, South is in the tank a bit. South is considering their options. South is considering whether she wants to make an invite or whether she just wants to stop or what exactly she wants to do. I'm still here. Two spades has been passed. So two spades has been passed. We're going to be playing two spades probably, unless West decides to come in once again with a big bid. Maybe in reopening double? Nah, I'm not a fan of that. Maybe three clubs? Still not a fan of that. Your clubs aren't really good enough to do that. You've bid twice. Partner couldn't say anything either time. Just let it go. The club is left. Fourth best from longest and strongest. I'm not a fan of this lead in the slightest. Leave queen for clubs from that. God dang it. I mean, like the reason you lead Queen of Clubs is to protect your suit, to protect Queen Jack 10. Like, it might be awkward if, if let's say, if like the Nine of Clubs picked up the trick or something, and the declarer had the Nine of Tricks or Nine of Clubs, like if it was. South should bid 1-0 Trump, right? I would have opened West 1-0 Trump. Yeah, that's another option actually that I will that's a really good point, Cynthia. I think opening that 1-0 Trump is another option, which is a reasonable line too. South can also South could bid 1-0 Trump. Maybe South wants to show four spades if one heart can be bid with five hearts and four spades, which it turns out it can be. In which case, they might prefer to play in a spade fit than no Trump. Doesn't one spade promise five? Does it? I mean, it might depend on agreements. You might be right about that. You're probably right about that in standard agreements. I think it depends on agreements still. Is Cynthia saying yeah in response to me or in response to Rohan? I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what's standard. I just bid things and hope they work. You decide. Oh my god. I'm getting trolled. Probably 8 to 10-ish. Yeah, I would agree with that range for one no. Um, I'm gonna assume that Cynthia agrees with me because either that or Cynthia's wrong. That's just the truth of it. Because I've never been wrong before in bridge. Oh my, there's been a lot of roughing happening over here. I've not been paying attention to the hand completely. Wow, defense has taken 6 tricks off the top. They're gonna take a 7th one at least. And the spades don't. Okay, Bork. Um, so this is the second last board. It looks like it was 2 clubs west down 2 at the other table. Over here it's 2 spades down 2. Yeah, 2 spades down 2. So that's going to be 200 plus 100. That's 300. That is, I'm not sure how many imps that is. I do not play team matches enough to know these conversions off the top of my head. It's some arbitrary number of imps. Who cares? Um, that's actually going to increase the lead a lot more. Abby was trying to set up her own crossover, but the defense beat her to it. 7 imps. Thanks, Santosh. So that's 7 imps for Northwestern, and I think Santosh is on point about that. So the other table, 1 diamonds was opened by North, and that bought the auction. I expect to see a similar start. I expect to go 1 diamond pass. I'm wondering if South might want to jump shift and bid 2 spades over here. Haha, that was embarrassing. Good job, guys. So pass. Maybe open to no Trump and maybe let's make it spicy a bit. Open to no Trump. Boo. All right. And 1 diamond barely made at the other table. It was thank granted that was because there was the lead was the 3 of clubs, which was the fourth best from longest and strongest. I'm seeing a lot of I do not agree with 2 clubs over here. Granted, you do have 5 clubs, you do have the required points, but also like this isn't a good hand, and do you really want a club lead? You have ace 10 fifth. Like I I'm not a fan of this 2 clubs. I would just let it go, especially unfavorable. You don't really want to be bidding 2-0 on 11 count when partner could have. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So 3 clubs is now going to be bid over here. Uh, East West have just taken the contract away over here. They've just bid over. North kind of has to let this go, I think. It's a really tragic spot, but these aren't the colors to get make this is these aren't the colors to make a stance. Oh my. That is a powerful bid. And God is that gonna be the most tragic dummy ever. Maybe if South can somehow find a 4 spades bid, this is not completely doomed. Maybe. No. Fourth best from longest and strongest, part 2. The Electric Boogaloo. How do you play this? Last game, good luck. The lead is 70-7 in favor of Northwestern. Um, so it looks like we're en route to. So it looks like this match is going to be a blitz, which is going to be a very unfortunate result for Georgia Tech Navy. So we're going to have to see how are you supposed to declare this besides cry? Like there are zero tricks over here. I mean, sure. I really can't really critique this because the honest answer is I don't know how I would declare this. It just feels like a horrible spot to be in. Like you somehow need to set up spades, but also you really cannot set up spades at the same time. It looks like Orion's probably going to play for the 3-3 diamond break, which is not going to work. And that's going to be the first of many things which are not going to work on this hand. I guess there is a world in which Orion could get the Queen of Hearts, so maybe it is not completely doomed. When I say, well, I mean there is possibility for going down one less than what normally would happen over here. It depends on how West decides to play the hearts when West gets in whenever. Like if they decide to play with the Jack of Hearts or the Eight of Hearts, or oh, never mind, North spot. I mean, oh, nine of the Nine of Hearts is in the dummy, so that's big. Looks like the King Jack two to Jack King was played. I imagine West will start with a club over here. Okay, and the Ace has been picked up over here. Now a club has been played back towards the nine. Ooh, that might have been interesting. And the king is going to pick that up. And now what do you do? Man. So I think the shape is also something which is really easy to infer at this point. Like, Arion would have gone for spades a long time ago if Arion had three spades, which is something which defense should also keep note of. Ooh, the Queen of Hearts might score over here. Just got to be careful. Don't play the Queen. Don't play the Queen. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, down three it is. Could have been down two, but down three. That's minus 150, so that's gonna bring the final result to 77. Then that is um I do not know math. Can someone teach me math real quick? 70 plus what is 70 plus 150? 220. What is 220? Oh yeah, 76 to 7. There we go. So 76 to 7, that is a win by 69. So that's a win by 69 for Northwestern. Congratulations to Northwestern. They start off the tournament with the first round blitz. They got to be feeling good about that. How does the group now look? Georgia Tech Navy just got blitzed. I think that officially means Georgia Tech Navy might officially now be out of the running for the top two. I'm not 100% certain. Oh yeah, Minnesota actually has another match which is supposed to be updated. I think they blitzed Washington University, and now Georgia Tech Navy has played. Oh yeah, Georgia Tech Navy actually has to play Washington University in Georgetown. There might be a world in which Georgia Tech Navy is still eligible for the top two. I don't think. I think that chance is very close to zero now, though, so that's gonna be unfortunate. Northwestern, the group favorites, they start off with a very big blitz against the third seed in this group. So that's gonna be really good. In terms of upcoming streams, I believe I have a stream later today at 9 p.m. Eastern, is what I've been told. But I believe that match might be on delay, so that's actually going to be at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be Washington University versus the Claremont Colleges, which is group. Which one's Claremont? Ah, yes, Group C. The Washington University secondary team versus. Is this the secondary team? Yeah, this is the secondary team. The Washington University second team versus Claremont Colleges. Claremont Colleges are overwhelming favorites going into this match, but upsets have happened in this tournament already. There have been a lot of exciting results. Hell, today Harvard nearly got blitzed by UNC. The tournament favorites nearly got blitzed by UNC, and I don't even know what's happening in my group anymore. And and it wouldn't be the first upset to happen. It's not going to be the last upset to happen. Probably, maybe we might see an upset today. Washington University might pull something out of the hat, and beat Claremont. We're going to have to see for that. 9:30 p.m. Eastern today. Tune in for that. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.